Mr. Murray and Vassal Reynolds are here as well. So therefore, we're going to go straight into it. I'm going to ask you, Mr. Garden, to bring us up to scratch with what it has been happening over the last 9 or 10 days at Captain First.
I think I want to take it a bit back. The scouting process started from, last year in the summer. I think about June, July there. We looked at over probably 200 Jamaicans, or should I say players who were born in Jamaica. And we also look at, in December, we look at the additional set of boys, from the diaspora in Florida. We look at an over 50 there. And since we came back, in December, some players reached out to us that was in the showcase, and they came for trials in December. And in terms of that, we narrowed it down to about 34, and we had a camp in December. And since January, we cut, and now we're at 28 and going forward. So, that's basically what's going on in up to the point.
All right. So, as I say, I'm going to go straight into it, and we're going to have you on board. And so the first question, you just raise your hand, and you can shoot. So I'm not seeing a hand yet. So maybe we don't have to be here for too long. All right, man is man. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, Coach Garden and Mr. Bailey and all the other persons at this time, and the rest of the coaching staff. Good afternoon to you as well.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the opportunity. And my question is, the numbers that we see from CONCACAF for the tournament is 20 players. So does this mean that you're going to further reduce the squad from the present 28 to 20? At what point that will be? So will you do that at what point? And are there additional players that you will be bringing in to look at before you make that final cut to 20?
Okay, so yes, we have until the 1st of February to submit our 20. So until then, we continue the training with these 28. As I said, probably weekly assessment. For example, last week we assessed, and some players for February 1st, we'll submit the 20, and we have about 2 players, based on citizenship. We're still waiting on them. We have Lovelace, who play for Rangers, and Lumsden from the US. So those are the only 2 players that we haven't seen as yet, but because of the high level that they are playing, we consider they can help us.
Yes.
A follow-up.
Yeah. So the follow-up question is, what about the documentation in terms of having Jamaican passport? Initially, there were several players from the United States. You mentioned Lovelace and Lumsden. The Colorado player, I believe, or the Columbus Crew player came in this morning. Are these players all at this present time holding a Jamaican passport? And if not so, how soon do you expect that process to be completed?
Yes, so urge the player that came in this morning, hold a Jamaican passport. Lovelace having his father is having a little bit of challenge, but we still put him in the provisional list just in case it's been sorted out before the time.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Simon Preston.
Good afternoon, Coach. Good afternoon to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Coach, my question to you is, prior to departure to Guatemala or in Guatemala, are there plans for a few warm-up games for the boys prior to the start of the competition?
Yes, we've been doing some games locally with college teams. We're gonna play a few Premier League teams also. We're hoping to get one or two international friends with their age group. In short order, we are putting something together now. In short order, as soon as that is completed, then we will release it.
All right, and finally from my end, any further updates as it relates to Cameron Eubank from Birmingham City?
Eubank also is a player that was in the provisional list. We're still waiting, to see if he will pull through, citizenship, but he's in the provisional list.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Livingston, go ahead.
Yes, Coach. Afternoon, Coach. Oh, please, would you say you are, Coach, with the preparation thus far? And do you think you're getting a team where you want them at this stage?
We know the challenges, Livingston. We know the challenges, with our teams. Take cash to care. But I am working as hard as I can with the tools I have. And I am optimistic with this team. Is a very, very talented bunch of boys. Very competitive group. This is the reason why we even have, up to 28 players now in camp because of how talented they are now. And it's kind of hard to send on people so early. So I am not 100% pleased. I will want some more international games, but I understand if the financial strain sometimes. So I'm using my resources as best as possible.
What are the main positive and any negative you hope to eradicate before you chat out to the tournament?
The positive, is how good we are as a coaching staff. The camaraderie between the coaching staff. We are friends outside of football, and that is important in terms of how we plan and how we move forward. We use over 4 hours per day just to plan for sessions for the next day. So we are there. We are using all the resources we have, as I said. We are using all the skills. We have 40 coaching staff who are teachers, so we also use that as a part of the tool to move forward.
What any negatives, as I said, that you would like to fix before you move out, Coach?
No. We're comfortable where we're at now.
All right, my Coach. Thanks.
All right, let's go to A.
Good afternoon, Mr. Marion Garden. My question is to you is that do you guys have any video analysts on the coaching staff, and would you guys do blackboard sessions after training and doing match day where you can analyze team and break down teams very properly, that just going out there and just playing, that knowing what the opponent is, because I was just watching the clips of the opponent and know how to play the team.
Yeah, man. We have an analyst that is doing some work outside of the team, scouting the team that we are going to play. And yes, we have a lot of blackboard session, what you call, but these kids are Generation Z, so we don't really use blackboard. We use like PowerPoints and videos to really teach or show them what we want.
And my follow-up question is how these players are going to fit in the system. Does these players fit in the system during the duration of like being so long in the camp? Are they gel enough together to ready for this competition to go into Guatemala?
We're working as hard as we can, man, and we are not, putting a system for the players to fit in. We use the players we have, to create whatever system that we think best for the team. So it's not like we came with a system in mind to play. We came our formation to play. We have the players, we assess them, and then put together a formation for them to play in.
Okay, very much. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Kahilia.
Yes, man. The coach's desk. Good afternoon, Sir Miran Gordon, Sir Earl Bailey, and all the other persons on the platform. Coach, just want to ask you, in terms of the quality players that you just mentioned that you have. How far do you see this team going? Is it as far as qualifying the nation for another age group tournament?
That is our aim, Minzy. Yes, we're definitely pushing as hard as we can to qualify. I think we have a very, very good chance of qualifying. We have some big boys. I think it's the average height of the team is going to be about 5'10", 5'11". So we have and they are big boys who can play. And the demands of the CONCACAF region is always physical mixed with technical. So I think we can fix that. And with the experience of Coach Downsell around, who have been around teams who have qualified before, or even qualified teams before, we are taking the blueprint, some of what he did, and adding things to tweak it a bit.
All right. We'll follow up to that. You earlier said that there's someone that is actually scouting the teams that you were going to be playing. Is it a case where you have gotten feedback to date, so that will assist in the preparation going forward?
Yeah, man, got some amount of feedback, but at this age group, to find games is not that easy. To find U17 games, but we are digging as much as we can, and whatever feedback or whatever information we get, we use it to the best of our abilities.
All right, all the best, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's go to Tress. Sorry, Tress. Just unmute and go ahead. Sorry, Tress.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Gordon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my question, have you been able to get any information on your opponent as it relates to this competition?
Yeah, man, I just answered that question.
Okay, so based on that, I know you must have been a confident coach, but what do you expect from this qualifier? Do you think you will make it right through to the qualifiers?
That's our aim. We're a proud country. That's our aim. Any tournament going to want to qualify, and we are very optimistic. We are working very hard. We are working overtime. Coach Vassler and I, we are full-time teachers. I basically took time off for the 2 months, for this. So we are really, really putting, our best foot forward, and hopefully we can qualify this team.
And finally, I know that most of these boys probably are in fifth form, looking towards exam. How are they comfortable in terms of getting their academics up during this camp that you have so far?
Yeah, man. We got some help from UE, the pre-UE part of UE, and the boys are going to classes between 9 to 3 every day. And for the fourth formers, we have tutors who come to the center to teach them. So we're on top of things and come on to that. Remember I said we are teachers, so we wouldn't have, the kids here or not. Thinking about that side of their well.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Earl. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Meron. One of the things that sometimes hampers teams when we send them off to qualifying are that prevents them from qualifying is not so much of football, but acclimatization to the environment itself. And the team is off to Central America right now. It's a tricky place to go. How much do you know about where you're lodged and the preparations for that, the training camp and all that? What do you know about the facilities?
Yeah, man, we did our research. We even know the field that we're going to play. We said the field we're going to play have a track. For the first round, the field that we're going to play have a track around it similar to the National Stadium. So we're going to try and have a few practice games just to get the boys' mind and prepare, the environment mentally for them. So we did our research, but that you only can do so much and no more, because these boys probably will be traveling for the first time to places like that. But we're going to use our experience to get them comfortable as much as possible.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Taylor. Thank you. Rashid, Jay Taylor.
All right. Can you hear me? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man, hearing it perfect.
All right, you hear me perfect. All right, good afternoon, coach. Just a two-part question here. You stated that you don't have a specific like plan as far as the playing style. You're gonna go off basically the players' attributes. Is it this like basically just going in without a plan and hope that you get something together and it works out?
I don't think you were listening, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Somebody asked me about system, and I said we don't have a system and try and plug the players in. What we did during our assessment, we look at what we have, and then we put a system to what the players bring to the table. So of course we're going to do our plans after the assessment that was done months ago.
Okay, all right. And the next question is does any of the senior coaches have any say into as far as the style of play? As one of the things is that a lot of players that we noticed over the years, after playing at the under 17 level, they don't really kick on to the other senior teams. They just vanish, gone left, gone right. Is there a strategy or a game plan with that you are collaborating with the senior coach, saying if we can get these kids to understand what we want to do at the senior level, we can have more players coming through? Is there a plan?
Yeah, man, definitely. Remember, I'm one of the assistant coaches for the national senior team. So, I collaborate with coach a lot. We spoke about things that he wanted to do with the senior team. And, I put together a little 10-year plan for these under 17 players. One of my main objectives for these boys is the first objective is to qualify for the World Cup. And I told them my second objective, at least, 4 to 5 of them can get at least train with the senior team very, very soon. So yes, definitely, the plans that coach have, I'm definitely tying those plans into our plan.
Okay, and the final question? What is your expectation from going into this tournament? Are you confident that we can finally get back to another under 17 World Cup, or you feel like it's a 50-50 chance here?
Yeah, man, I said it before. We think we can really qualify this team. Talented bunch of boys. Like I'll keep the resources here and there, but with whatever we have, we are Jamaicans. We're gonna turn on and make fashion as much as possible.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Seems like one more question. Management, go ahead.
Yes, quickly. Thanks again, sir. Coach Gordon, so you're having a camp now in Jamaica. At some point, it's going to break. Are we moving directly from Jamaica to Guatemala, or there will be, like I said earlier, a camp for the final group of players outside of Jamaica, getting a couple of games? Somebody asked that, and then we go to Guatemala. Are we going to get there early enough for acclimatization? That's one. And then one of the things I know that we struggled with some of these players when they were supposed to go to the under 15 tournament a couple of years ago was passports, birth certificate passport for the Jamaican players, and getting visas based on travel. All right. Are the local players all settled now? They have the passport, they have the visas, good to go, that you're looking at taking, and will there be a camp outside of Jamaica?
Right now, we're going right through the plans. Right now is going right through locally. And as you said, we are going to break. We're not going to break. We're going right through to. We're supposed to depart the 8th of February. So we're going right through. We are planning some international games. Hopefully, the plan is to bring 1 or 2 teams here to play us and go through the camp. So for right now, it is just a local camp. And yes, they are set with all the local players are set with passports. But in terms of US visas, no. So that's the only little drawback we have right now. So if we're going to travel to play games, we'll have to go through countries like Panama to play games.
All right.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Final question coming up. Sorry, Chess, do you have another solid question coming up that will have to come to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much again, Mr. Bean. Again, Mr. Gordon, no. My thinking, do you have any players that we can look forward to representing Jamaica in this exciting World Cup coming up?
Yeah, man. The name of the players, the 20 players.
I know you're right.
Bunch of boys.
No exciting.
The name of the players, the 20 players. Yeah.
We don't have
all of them excited, talented bunch of boys.
All right, sir. I'll take that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Is that ready?
All right, coach. I got a question. All right, coach. I have a question for you. Depends on the opponents. They say you're gonna have opponents that are gonna come to Jamaica to play us. Are the fans allowed to watch these friendly games that opponents are coming to Jamaica to play us?
Yeah, man. As long as the plans go through, the team or teams that are trying to get here, it'll be an open door policy.
Okay. And no fans can come to the training ground to watch the players train? That's not an open policy?
It's not. No, it's not. No, national coming, media can come, have the 15 to 20 minutes, and then we train. That's how national teams, IB countries are doing. You can't just open a national team for people to just come and sit every day and watch. Because, for example, some people just want to break news. And the other day we play a game, somebody streamed the game live, and since they have streamed the game live, people have been calling us left, right, and center about practice games. And those countries will not call us about practice games is only because they saw what we have. So we have to be careful what we put out there. Those are our rivals. We have to be careful what to put out there. We don't want to break news, but at the same time, we need to protect our national teams.
Okay, coach, that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
But I appreciate you. You're going to be here in 2 weeks. As the coach said, we'd love to have everybody join him on a regular basis, but it can't work that way anymore. We're trying to be as calm with information and as possible, and then eventually conference when the team is being named, and then you can ask all the questions. Right.
Yes.
Cameras can come in and ask questions. All right, so you'll hear about that. Thanks again. All right.
People, there you have it. There you have it. Now, it's now time for your feedback. Put on the glasses. Gotta protect the windows, which is your eyes. You understand? So, I have jotted down some notes, people. And as usual, when we have these press conference, I tend to make notes. You understand? And I don't know about you, but viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the show. Yeah, man, people, big up yourself. We just showed you the press conference that took place today, where Coach Gordon would have elaborate a little bit on some of the nuances that surround the team, and we're already getting a call. Good evening, welcome to the coach's desk.
The press conference.
You have to turn down the TV or the laptop or the phone that you're watching. Caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, coach's desk.
Yeah, man, good evening.
Good night.
Yeah, man.
Based on watching, I'm just saying, is it a bit that the program is behind why we haven't come to a conclusion of a 20-man squad that as soon as possible can be preparing for the game. Because based on what I'm seeing is that is as if we still have the tryout stages with less than a month going into the tournament.
Yeah, it sounds as if the door is still open for players or personnel to come in and get a look in. That seems to be what I'm seeing.
So you are of the fact that we still at the tryout stages.
No, based on what I'm getting from the press conference, it sounds that way.
Yeah.
It sounds that way. Because they need to get the 20 they need to get the 20 players by the 1st of February.
1st of February.
And they have 28
yeah,
now.
I'm saying with the 1st of February, I think the first game, if I'm not right, kicks off on the 12th of February. So we have to win there and all that in terms of to prepare for the games, because really now I think you basically still at a tryout stage. This is just my opinion.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I think by now we would have come to a 20-man squad and start basically preparing for based on what level of scouting we get from the teams that we'll be playing against in the tournament. Then I mean that's what I'm getting from the press conference, to say, listen, we have 28 players, we still have room to look at more players, and we have the 1st of February to register all the players for the tournament. So basically we still at the tryout.
Yeah, we still have yeah. Because once it's not finalized and you're working with the players that you are supposed to be working with to fine tune them for the tournament, that is telling me that things might not be finalized, and they admit it is not finalized. Because
but what I'm saying, does it give us ample time in preparing now for the games? I'm not saying no to select a squad. Does it give us enough time now to prepare for the games?
It could be in
and in terms of the games, in terms of a system of play, strokes, a formation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I understand what you're saying.
Does we still have enough time now to prepare for the game? The games itself that we have to now play in the tournament.
Yeah, man, I think there is still time. Would have wanted more time. Would have wanted more time though with a final team. And as somebody said in the comment section, we can't have the final 28 when players have not been released. He made mention of Lumsdale and Lovelace that they have not looked on as yet, because they are in a professional setup, so they don't need to look at that player, and there might be others out there that they are waiting for.
I know that they might not. From a coaching point of view, I know they might not need to look at the players in terms of the level and play, but I think it's very important that they look at the players in terms of how they will function within the final squad in terms of that will get to the tournament. Now I'm asking the question again: Is it enough time to prepare for the games for the tournament?
According to the coaching staff, they believe that they have. According to the coaching staff, they have time. So
they have enough time.
Yeah, but everybody operates a little bit different in a caller.
Yeah, which I know. Everybody have their opinion, everybody have their style and thing. But I'm saying at a U17 level, I mean most people would know what with a U17 level, not only at the CONCACAF level but also a FIFA level. Understand, we're trying to qualify for a World Cup. This is not like we're trying to qualify for the second stage of a tournament. Where we go through the CONCACAF phase first and then move on.
So what you suggest should have happened?
I think by now, honestly, and I'm just speaking from a coaching point of view, I think by now,
you're a coach, right?
We should have already. Yeah, I think by now we should have already come to a final squad and now be preparing for the games in terms of what the approach will be, what the methodology will be, and basically what the system of play will be.
Yeah, but
I mean, there's a lot that come with the game in terms of preparing for the 90 minutes itself. You're talking about set pieces, from throwing set pieces from corners, both attacking and defensively. So I would think, and I'm looking at January 16th to the date, and the tournament kickstart February 12th. So that basically gives us less than a month in order to prepare now.
4 weeks, yes.
Yeah, it gives us less than a month, which is 4 weeks, to prepare for match play. I'm not talking about match play is different from trials. If you understand, I mean, you should know this.
Yeah, man. I know what they're saying.
So, I mean, I'm just looking in from the outside and wondering if by now we don't come to a final squad. Does it allow us enough time now to prepare for match play? That's all I'm looking to trying to figure out.
I still think so, sir. Because when you look at if they have 28 players with them right now, persons are gonna get cut, but they're still gonna 8 players are gonna get cut. So the 20 that remain are going to be understanding what they're going to be about. So you have to look on that aspect of it as well.
But
and remember in that hold on a minute. Remember in that period, they're also going to be doing practice games.
Which I understand.
That is part of the preparation.
Which that's why I'm trying to figure out if it's a situation where, while trying to find the right players, you are now preparing also for match play, which from a coaching point of view can't be possible. I can't be looking for the final 20 and within the final 20 try to prepare for match play when the reality is you don't exactly know who is the final 20, plus there's 2 other additional players that we don't have the window to look at, but just bring them forward into the squad. I'm asking the question again.
I get what you're saying.
I'm asking the question again. I mean, I think it's something that I don't know if it's been looked at or if it's been thought to properly, but with less than a month to prepare for basically 3 games in the round first and to move on. Because I understand there's a lot of factors that come with it.
Yes, you have to take that into consideration.
There's a lot of factors that come into play. So I'm just trying to, as somebody has said, looking in from the outside to try and figure out how the mechanism of all this work within less than a month. If you understand what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying this, I'm not trying to model other programs, but across the board in terms of the team participating, most of these teams already come to a final 20 and now preparing for match play in terms of practice games and looking at approaching in terms of the games and the opponent. I mean, we are not there yet within less than a month.
Yeah, but when you look at it though, Carla, 28 is not far from the actual number that they want, which is 20. And
I can also tell you.
So hold on, Carla, remember I'm listening when you're talking, and we want to have a dialogue and not a monologue, right? Because a lot of people are listening, right? So what I'm saying is that within a squad, you might have a 25-man squad or a 30-man squad. In a roster that you have, sometimes you get less, sometimes you get 23. How many persons play on the field? 11. And you think about substitute. So
it's 14 the person substitute.
And you have to take into consideration that, again, I'll say it, 28 is not far from 20. And I believe... Go ahead.
Which I agree with you. 28 or 25 is not far from 20. But I'm saying, until you come to a final 20, there's a difference in terms of, no, this is the 20, let's now prepare for match play instead of still having a trial. Because I'm just going off based on what I'm hearing.
Hold on, Carla.
Hold on. On the outside looking in.
Hold on. I hear people calling a coach Boris Johnson. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Big up yourself. But Jason, ask him.
Understand?
Hold on now. I asked him to explain what he would have done in the situation, and he was explaining. I basically cut him. So I want you to continue, coach, and tell us what you do in in this situation.
No, as I told you.
And hold on. Bear in mind the dynamics of how Jamaica set up, where players are coming from.
Right. I know all the dynamics.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you, regardless of where players coming from, and this is solely for us to look at what we are doing carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the dynamics of where players are coming from, there has to be a deadline to say, look, this is the deadline because we have 3 games to prepare for in the first round of competition. Now, I can't sit and wait on 2 players that is in the Middle East to arrive based on their timing. At some, you have to give and take. It's gonna affect my preparation with the group because I'm saying I have to now find a time to come to a final squad and now prepare for match play. You understand what I'm saying? So I based on my opinion, and I'm just giving my opinion, I think by now we should already come to a final squad and now preparing for match play.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality of it. I think we are a little bit behind, and I don't know how further in terms of coming to a decision to find a final squad by the 1st of February. I don't know how much it will affect in terms of the whole selection of the players. And then understand we have 2 more players. So you're talking about 30 players off and right now. You're talking about 8 that you will have to cut, and there's the next 2 that you will have to add. So basically, I think basically what we're looking at is cutting 10 players.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to make provision for the 2 that we don't need to look at.
All right, I hear you. But you also have to take into consideration that the coach is having a coach's headache, or the coaching staff, because he alluded to the fact that it's a very talented bunch, and it's very difficult. I guess that's one of the reasons that they have held so many players over. Say, for example, the 8, because the bunch of players that he's working with, he alluded to the fact that they are very talented. Hence the reason it kind of give him a coach's headache, if you understand what I mean. You're a coach, you know what that means.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand fully what you're saying, but I'm just saying, I'm hoping that by the time we come to the final 20, we have enough time now to prepare for match play. That's my little 2 cents in between that window. How much of a window we'll have to say, look, let's now prepare for the first game, which I think it's Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the analysts. Let's look at the technical analysts that we get based on the scouting from Cuba, and how much of a time we have now to start preparing for the literal match play against Cuba.
But coach, I think everything is taken into consideration, because the questions that were hurled at the coach, some of these pointers came in the questioning. He was asked about scouting of the teams, and I remember myself asking him a question. Since you have a talented bunch, have you gotten feedback from the scouts to aid in your preparation? Because that is critical, you know. You can be preparing, but you're not knowing means one end in terms of the preparation. So yeah, he said that they have gotten feedback from the scout, which is actually helping them how to prepare. You understand? So everything is taken into consideration. I mean, I would agree with you that it might be a little bit late. However, time is not all lost.
Okay, I'm just, as I tell you, somebody from the outside looking in, and from a coach's standpoint, I'm trying to figure out how much of a window does they have in terms of the time factor, in terms of coming to a final 20, and now can we go to match preparation? Because from a coaching point of view, I know it's a difference. It's a difference when you have players on trials as to say, look, this is the 20 and this is the 20 that now we're going to focus in terms of match play. I know there's, and any coach will tell you, it's two different situations. I mean, some coach might tell you that we can prepare for match play within 28, but the realistic behind it, without you coming to a final 20 to know that this is the 20 that we're taking to the tournament, I don't see it possible. So for the time being, we're still looking.
So are you saying,
this is just my opinion as somebody looking?
Are you saying that based on your explanation and you outside looking in, that this is not a good site for the Reggae Boyz?
No, as I said before, I couldn't say it's not a good site because I understand players play at different level, and I have coached players. I have bring players together within a week, and in terms of role and function, system of play, and the formation, they will grasp it. They will grasp it and understand football. It's a transitional game. You're either attacking or you're defending. So, and they're smart. We are around it in terms of preparation. I mean, some people will tell you that they pay more attention in terms of what we're trying to do offensively as to defensively. We might just drop back in a low block, try win back the ball and catch you on a counter. I mean, there's a lot of quick fix. But I'm just saying, and I'm just wondering, as somebody looking from a distance, to say, as I told you, I don't know the level of play in terms of the players. So, but I'm just saying, does not come into a final squad within less than a month give us enough time now for match preparation. That's the point I'm trying to see how best, because maybe I missed some aspect of the conference where stuff was said. Because I kind of joined the conference a little bit late, so I'm just trying to get a little bit of that info from you in terms of what was said at the conference. Because I understand the situation, I understand the coach Eddie, and I told you that quick fix around it based on the level of player in terms of the player's level. I mean, you can take in player in a training camp for 3-4 days and they grasp what you're trying to do in terms of attacking and defending as a team. Depending on the level of play, they will grasp that. But I'm just wondering and hoping not coming to a final squad within less than a month. Do we have enough time now to prepare for the tournament? Because I understand this is 3 games that you don't have no in-between time. The in-between time that you have is basically for recovery.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So based on the in-between time that you have, it's just solely for recovery. So everything that going into the tournament would have to be on par before the first game, because we have no time. There's no time for practice. That's the reality of it. There's no time for practice. The most you have in terms of the day off is basically recovery. So I'm just wondering, and I'm just hoping that things will come down to let's say, as Jamaican would say, come down to the gravy, so we can prepare for match play.
All right.
And this is just showing my opinion based on what coming from the press conference.
Yeah, man. I don't. For me, based on what I have gathered, I don't think it is totally. They are totally still in a trial. They are still preparing, because he was asked about games, and it's the same set of players that will be playing games. I mean, the 2 that are supposed to come in, it's not a possibility that they might get in, but because of documentation, and they would have been wanted to be a part of the preparation. But if they come like 2 or so days before, then I don't think that will be such of a bad thing for those 2 players who play at high level to fit in. You understand?
Yeah, which we understand from a coaching point of view. I mean, we understand from a coaching point of view, but understand a 4x1 is basically 6 people practicing.
Yes, yes.
In terms of if 2 should be out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
And you have to look on the aspect where injuries are concerned. So you see that's what I'm saying. That is a brilliant point you're making there. So
that's what I'm saying. So at some point in time, if a 4x1 is 6 practicing, a level V11, you can see where I'm going with the conversation. There has to be some level of practicing. No matter where in the world the player is coming from, there has to be some level of practice where the group is concerned to see how you fit to the group, what is it the group is trying to do. You see, so I mean, as I said, we are just looking in from a distance and hoping for the best in terms of the youngsters and the whole under 17 and the qualification, because we know what it means to the football and not only the football but for younger players and players ahead. I mean, it's always a good feeling, and it always said good for the program itself in terms of qualifying for any World Cup at any age. You understand? So we just looking in and wishing all the best, and try to see in terms of what's really going on in terms of the youngsters and the preparation for the tournament. So as I said, it's just basically my opinion from a coaching point of view in terms of where we sit now with the program.
We're not throwing I am not throwing cold water on your point, but there's always two sides to a story. So we didn't get an opportunity to dig deep as you are now because there was time constraint with the presser and all of these things. So I mean, some of the points that you're making, they have leverage. You know what I mean? And we can't throw water on it.
No, we'll never. And as I said, I don't really get a chance to watch the team in training, so I don't really know the level of, in terms of the level of play, in terms of the players. But as I said, players and good players will understand what you're trying to do in terms of a team from even a week of preparation. I mean, and the physical and the strengthening and conditional side of it. I mean, a week wouldn't give you enough, but I mean, players coming in from a professional level will already being at a level in terms of
systems
strengthening and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning.
So
if they are not at that point when they come in, you really don't have any time for adaptation to take place. So you have to this is what those things. This is what I'm looking at from a coach's point of view. You understand? I'm basically putting myself into the coach seat to see what's best and what's really going on. Because a lot of people will call you and they'll tell you stuff, not understanding there's a lot of factors that take into this tournament. I mean, based on the scheduling I see for the tournament, as I said, there's no room for practicing. The day of and also games, the coach alluded to the fact that games are very hard to get where this age group is concerned.
I mean, for me, I think it will be good to get international games, but international games at what age group? I mean, we have the Premier League team in full-fledged now in terms of halfway or couple games through the season. I think that one of the things I was thinking was, as soon as they get to a final squad, is to see how many practice games could be played with some of the stronger. When I say stronger, not to belittle any of the Premier League team,
the lead players,
to get in terms of the teams that are playing at a much faster pace in the league. And stuff like that, to see how we really match up against that. Because honestly, I watched the game again. I think I watched the practice game they played against Michael. But I mean, as I said again, that was the beginning phase of the whole camp structure and all that. You see, I mean, as I said, we're not here to bash the program. it's just showing out the opinion based on what was said during the press conference. As I told you, some of it I might have missed out, but from a coach's point of view, I'm just trying to see how best is it in terms of the time that we have as to know we're not at the final 20. We're still at 28. We're still at 30 because there's a +2 that we won't get a chance to look at no time soon. So I'm just wondering how soon we come to a 20 that we can now prepare for match play in terms of the tournament.
Yeah, man.
And as I said, I miss certain phases of the press conference. So probably stuff was said that I didn't hear, and probably you didn't hear enough yourself neither in terms of to clarify.
Yep.
But like I said, we just wish the boys all the best and coaching staff. All right?
Yeah, man.
All right,
big up yourself.
Yeah.
All right, people. So there you have it. An opinion on the matter. I missed a lot of the comments because we were focusing on that call. But people, it's pretty. ACC, y'all says 3 sides, you know. But at 3 stripes, we are saying, you know. 3 stripes. Look at CC. A long time we have 3 stripes, you know. Yeah, man. Anyways, I made some jottings. First and foremost, people, I am sick and tired of the audio and the connectivity from press conferences from this entity. It has to be fixed. And those that are looking on who will be carrying back the information, please carry it directly, straight. Don't twist it and bend it and break it. This thing is placed on international platforms because all of the vloggers them who got the information and put it out, those platforms are international, and you have the diaspora right across the world, from North America, South America, Middle East, Caribbean, everywhere, Europe. So it is important that the connectivity and the audio be sorted out. You understand? Them things they need to sort out, man. We first and foremost, I think what affects the audio is the connectivity, meaning the internet connection. So wherever they are doing these press conference, oh my God, if they are using a phone and they are running the thing from a phone and the Wi-Fi and internet not hot, it is going to be challenging because Zoom use up a lot of bandwidth, especially when the video is up and running. A lot of bandwidth is being used. So I want these things to be sorted out. Members of the press that works along with the JFF, please sort that out, man. We can't be having these press conference via the virtual platform and it is not proper quality. The quality needs to be sorted out, please. And it's not for my purpose. It's also for the face of the JFF. Because if we're looking on things moving forward, we cannot accept these poor quality, mediocre setup on all of these things that is going to allow the product to go out and people feeling a way about how the thing a project. Come on, man, sort out the thing. And this is constructive criticism. We want to ensure that the product that is going out is quality. quality. We can't from the world of years now it a go on. If you don't have good internet, Zoom is a platform that you stay away from, because once you turn on the video aspect of it, the bandwidth is going to be pulled in, and if the internet not strong enough, your audio go crack up, your video not clean like the one the way I watch right now. You understand? So make we get it better, people. At 2023 now, please, and this is constructive criticism. So if you're caring about the information, tell them, or if they are watching, it is about the betterment of our football. Every single aspect of the football we want to be better. We don't only want the game to be playing better. We don't only want the JFF administration to be better. Every single thing that surrounds the football. You understand? Real thing me attack. And that are the first thing me jot down. I had to be shaking my head because it ain't already. No, well, Brendan, if we are get the press conference, it should be quality. It better we now get none more than we are get and equality poor. Remember, I said this thing I go to the world, you know, brother. You can't put out something to the world and the quality is poor, man. You understand? That's how I see it. Quality. We have to put out good quality stuff, man. Man look like he was like in a room. Blick twice. Like them stranded in the middle of ocean. Here U17 undisclosed ocean. Coach, you have to lend them your camera. And not to about lend the camera alone, though, you know. But you see, as I said, 2023, you know, this quality items, quality product. I can imagine, you know, Jason, if I were still on my front porch and my video quality was not up, and you know the sound system and all of these things was not up, then I probably wouldn't have had so many people around. You understand? The thing need to sort out, man. Rent the studio to them, no, coach. No, sir. Listen, money come in and can buy some equipment. We are chat, sir. Not in 2023, coach. It was horrible listening to the conference. Yeah, that may I say, Stefan, right? Image is everything. Of course, you have to put your image out there, man. And if your image go out there, remember, say it go say JFF, you know. So that is very critical. You want to put out a product that people can say, yo, me like the quality of this thing. This thing looks professional. You understand? You want people to be saying these things. You don't want people to be murmuring and say, but we never hear what him say. Every minute this thing a freeze. So I'm just sending a message. Don't take it the way that it is not supposed to be taken. You understand? Real talk, coach. Professional standard. This is representation of our country. Of course, it look bad, coach, like the last time. I wonder why they don't give you our Mannings man a little something to show them how to do. Them thing your chung should fix. I didn't say lend, I say rent. Make a small change, coach. Yeah, that makes sense, you know. I hear Rob Smith. JFF now link me still, man. Them have them other media friends, you understand? So we spoke about the submission of the final squad the 1st of February. And like Coach Boris said, that might be an issue because the match preparation might not be. Lovelace and Lumsden to come in, they don't have to really look at them because of where they are playing. The coach emphasized that it's a talented group and with the talent that they have, he believes that they can go all the way and qualify for the World Cup. Not only that, with the coaching staff that they have, they believe that it's a very talented coaching staff. Being that they are teachers, it is a plus to deal with the youngsters. Also, Coach Downswell presence definitely helps the staff. So they are basking in those things that are happening around the team, and they believe that with these nuances, these variables, it's more than enough for them to qualify. You understand? So that is that where that is concerned. Yeah, they emphasize that the coaching staff, they are friends outside of football, so that even makes it even better. Alex asks, is it Alex? Yeah, system on them things there. But the coach said that they didn't really have a system. The players came in and they see the attributes and qualities of the player, and they would formulate a system based off the players that they have. So let's get that straight. The coaching staff basically ensure that they put in a system to, enhance the whole ability of the players that they have. The target is to qualify. I mean, that is what they're about, qualification, and they're working through the teething pain that they have, because everything is not 100%. So definitely they want to ensure that things, they're basically making the best use of what they have. You understand? So that is that. The question about no fans in the training came up, and the coach made it absolutely clear that they basically don't want no information to go out there and leak, and because somebody live streamed one of the practice game and they've been getting a lot of calls, persons wanting to play. So they are saying to the persons that stream and vlog, it might sound that way because, well, it sound like him did that show some punches doing it, and who the cap fit, probably them wear it. You understand? But he was saying it's all about breaking news and all of these things. But at the same time, we have to protect the product. We have to protect the players. Because when we send out information, other teams might be watching our vlogs and seeing what is happening, and then they will use that as a method to, get one up on the team, so to speak. So basically he was saying, it's not all about, you can come in if you're the media or fans or whatever, you can come in for the 15 to 20 minutes, but it's not an open door policy where you just come in and sit and watch training as you please. No, because these things are going to be like, people can record and people send these things out, and then the opponents who are going. You understand? So the thing said. Comment section again. Actually, exactly. This looks unprofessional. All when the Adidas man them a watch this. Remember, Adidas sponsor the senior teams. So they care less about the junior teams. Because of the amount of apparels that they will be getting, it can filter down. But Adidas really sponsor the female senior team and the male senior team. So them probably don't watch this actually, because a U17 it a talk about. The press officer is to be blamed. Okay, Devonport, big up yourself. The dentist, the Monday night football, okay? The coach said the man, them chat too much and don't know how to filter their info. And that the man I say, Rob Smith, easy, Meran and Chung should learn to not overpromise. Me remember when leader made some statement of having a great U17 team and they were underwhelming. Good luck to Meran and a real intelligent coach. Yeah, man. Coach, me I go beat your peers to ask better questions when they get a chance to do so and to do their homework on the team before going into press conference. Run it, Jason. Run it. I want to go on. What happened, Jason? What didn't they do? Talk, Jason. Talk. Run the comment. We are waiting for Jason to run the comment section. Talk. The man say. Peers never do it. Yeah, that's a true that him say. That's why him say breaking news. That's why I say who the cap fit I go wear it. You understand? So I don't know. So Jason, the peers in my talk. No, run it, no man. Now, you are waiting for Jason. You are waiting, answer. I remember people, this show is not a triple treat, so don't expect 5 hours on this one, You understand? Remember, someone might come on to the thing late, so you can't single out about it still, though. That is true, Jason, but you have to understand that some is either they weren't listening, they mute them thing, or they move away from the whatever system that they are using, or they came in late. Me now pick up for your man, but those are the things that can cause them to be asking the same questions. You understand? That's all I can say on that. I don't know why, but these are the possible reasons. These are some of the possible reasons why they might re-ask questions. It did sound away for real. Even the coach had to say it. I said, obviously they weren't listening, or So I get what you're saying. Now call a name, because some of these people are very thin-skinned, coach. Next thing, them blame you instead of me. Yeah. But guess what? My skin, a rubber skin, still on a virgin. Rubber skin me have, man. Yeah, man. If you shot lick for me, it does lodge or ricochet, Yeah, ask the man about system and hope. Coach done say he will adjust to the I'm the Rob Smith, man. Up and running, big up. Meran is not such a known coach in Jamaica. So what is his name to fame? His name to fame is Meran Gordon. Fuzzy 2.0, we don't know. But this man has been working with this particular age group. He has won tournaments, brought back his team to quarterfinal round. He has been working with the national team for a while, so I don't know. No excuse, coach, but better them give me and Rob a press pass, cause it seems it's a free for all. Why? Me can't tell you how it going on, Jason. You understand? Barney, he's well known in Jamaica. What are you talking about? He has won Ben Francis and D Cup titles. Yeah, up and running, probably not too affair with the happenings of that fresh. See me I say. So yeah, man. And he has won not only with males, fresh. He has won titles with the females as well. That's really how him, and he was a part of the coaching staff, a female team, on a few occasions as well. So we said, Jason, how can you ask the coach if he relays with any senior coach of the national team when he is senior coach of the national? Yeah, that's what me tell us that the coach know. Look, hey, come on, the coach know the script, brother. Somebody questions him for real. Man say I'm a part of the coaching staff, one of the assistant. Seem like some man Google. So Rob Smith, when they say some man Google the press conference link, that is saying that the press conference is accessible on Google, and Google is a very important tool right now, So careful. He has been a part of national team. Yeah, man, a national coach for some time, man. Both female and male and youth teams. So him not new to the thing, man. As up and running might think. Get the stream to 50 likes, people. Yes, I forgot that he won titles with female as well. Yeah, man. I think our Lennon. Yeah, man, I think him win and yeah, man, him journey start long time, man. Yeah, man. Man in the thing long time. That's exactly what are you saying? It's a free for all. Oh, okay, Rob Smith. Anybody can Google it. Oh boy, no comment on that. But who am I? Just a little fan. We're bad mind players. Fight against JFF and make up things if you get likes. Cause me and a blogger if you get views. I think JFF waits too long to approach players. Hence we keep having passport issues. Yeah, they're probably not a proper tracking system to track players, especially at this age group. But I mean, they had some sort of camp, which was November, in Florida. Was that too late? Plus, the coach said they looked at over like 200 players, on the island. So the workers would have started for quite some time. You understand? So that's basically all the situation said still, But I mean, listen, I definitely wishing the boys all the best. It would be very, very, very good for them to qualify again. Coach is this, the man then call out your full government. My full government? Which full government? My government name I talk? I know government name, I my name, man. Yeah, sure, man. Big up yourself, man. Yeah, man, want the product for be better, man. So we have to talk. You understand? We want quality thing out there, JFF. And remember, so we have support the movement. Oh, I don't mind name that though, Rob Smith. I don't mind name, Hopefully they can get in at least 5 friendly international games against good opponents, not parish team as usual. 5. Up and running. One of that question was asked to the coach, and the coach said it was very difficult, or it is very difficult for them to get practice games, international practice games, at that age group. So when you say 5, boy, yeah, push it. Yeah, push it, brother. Rob Smith, if Lovelace was a defender, people, him name would have a lot more meaning, you know. Yeah, man, Boss Lace, man. Yeah, man, Boss Lace. That means say man love Boss Lace, man. Michael Williams, JFF, total foolishness after Simoes. If it wasn't for Cilla Marley, you wouldn't be hearing much about the Jamaican program. It's a TG1, Waterhouse nil. That's a true Rob Smith. Yeah, once you have a defender where the lace, you know. Yeah, know that good. Become fan favorite, if you ask me. So it's a good look, man. It would be a very good look. Very good game. If you have a man like that. You understand? Love Lace. Love Boss Lace. Jamaica would love him. Mad Vibes, big up yourself. Mexico, Canada, and Costa Rica held a mini tourney. We should have done that with Caribbean teams. Yeah. You look like Adidas money not chip in yet either. Or again, people, based on what we hear still, you know, look like the Adidas deal would support these tournaments, you know. So JFF would probably have to get money from other sources to really fund this team. And based on what the coach is saying, it sounds as if the resources are kind of limited. Their Caribbean opponents like Cuba, Haiti, and Trinidad, they also need games. If not, we can go on ahead and say we failed already for this upcoming tournament. No, we don't reach this yet. Coach is confident that the group is talented. That's why they have headache to pick the final 20. So, I mean, I now put it this up and running. Okun Sanya, sounds kind of conflicting though. How is it difficult to get practice games? Yet phones are blowing up after the training session was streamed with requests for practice matches. Yeah. Good point that, you know, Mr. Smith. Very good point. Or the teams that want to play them, they don't want to play them. I don't know. One day for that. Very good point. Very good point. Solid point. I would have loved to hear what the coach has said. I'd really love to hear. I thought JFF was rich as a remember. Let me explain Rob Smith again. It seems as if they the deal with Adidas doesn't cover the youth teams. So that needs to be sorted out, or explained, because persons believe that the deal covers all teams. It covers the senior men's national team and the senior women's national team. That's what I understand from the conversation with Mr. Chung, Dennis Chung. Alright, so these things that we want, that we're gonna have money, it is true, but it doesn't transcend to the youth teams. You understand? Alright, so reporter, may I try to get the link up and running? Hey people, you see the last night's stream? I honestly can't tell you what transpired. Me say, send the link to Cataract, right? We did try to sort out Cataract coming on. When me check out, me see 13 people on the live. Me say, what go on? People, the stream ended. You understand? So, what may I tell you? Just one of them things there still. But I must apologize for that. But yeah, Coach Devon, let me see if I can forward, because we want to end the stream shortly, Good squad for have to work with. I thought JFF was rich. Every time we qualify for a male tournament, we did have a good number of games. That's very interesting up and running. That's a fun fact, right? So Adidas, and tell the man how to spend the money. Them have to provide expense report. Well, we never asked a question there. Stream shaky like JFF conference. YouTube look like them never want hear the readings last night. No, but at least in a brain drain, end the stream end, I don't like say it did not go on nowhere before. End the stream end. Look at YouTube just kick me off here, man. YouTube just kick me off. I try to get Coach Devon on, but we not hear him at all. Yeah, man, they never want. Them did tired of I will last night for true. Man, they must say, yo, what 2021 readings that we are go through. Man, they say them don't want to hear that. Them don't want to hear that at all. Yeah, fresh. Man, they run me off a stream last night. I couldn't believe. Could never believe. Man, they run me off a stream, brother. But that's how it goes. But look like Coach Devon now get on, you know, and as me say, this is not one of the weekend triple treat where we are gonna stay long on the stream, you know. So Okunsana said if the U15s perform well, Adidas might reconsider. I would not want a competing brand to move in on the U15s if I were Adidas. Sure. That would be some sort of conflict. Perfectly right. So people, big up on yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in. We basically cut off the show now. And you don't know it's midweek. And you know the thing set when you come on to midweek. And as I said before, I'm trying to ensure that the whole streaming is good for playback for persons so that they can hear all the things that are discussed rather than having a lengthy video. And people now here will really go on when you understand. So basically that is it. So people, big up yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.
Style I have make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that. Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.